Dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, please mind your language. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Introducing ZSC, sir.
Hide your wife.
Hey, hide your wife, man.
Yeah,
so take us through what you call your community policy.
Yeah, the community policy is the first policy of the Zulu social experiment. It governs the community. We're creating a new community, a society. The cornerstone of any society is a community. And this policy is there, it's attached to the full policy. It makes it very clear what's happening. So the people who have questions know what they're getting into. Essentially, this community is committed to implementing what we call a safe, skill-driven and equitable economy. So let me explain you. When I say economy, we hear the word a lot, but what do you think I mean?
I think the term that I understand is what an economy is a circulation of money.
Okay, circulation of money.
So basically, it has its players.
Yeah.
For real. For real, bro. Like, hey, nigga, like, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I'm saying that. So, it is almost like there is the place in this game in the sense would be I am the working man, I am the buying man or spending man.
Okay.
Kind of thing. So those
buying man or spending man. Okay, that's
just the place. That's you
so
understand?
there's a consumer and there's a producer.
Sure.
Right.
And it's how it circulates.
Alright, so money circulates. But that's actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
But if we were to summarize, an economy is essentially a platform in which human beings can create value and exchange value. So it's really not really about money. Money is about measuring that value. Money is the instrument we use to measure the value that's created. But we'll go into that. That's another dynamic that we unpack. You know, what our economy is like at the moment and how money circulates, but sometimes there's no real value being created or being exchanged. But
sure.
What we're trying to do is create a safe, skill-driven and equitable economy. That's an economy that we describe as umbuso wezulu. This economy will be led by skilled people. Those are the guys we call custodians, kings and lords. Right? And it will be equitable, meaning that people can reap where they sow, right? But essentially the focus of the community policy is creating a safe environment, and that's what we call to be able to create and exchange value. So the commitment of anybody becoming part of the Zulu social experiment or participating in the Zulu social experiment, essentially committing themselves to being honorable in whatever agreements that they make with their fellow participants.
So, so to understand this, when you say participants within this sort of
fellow members of the community.
Sure, the community is made of people like you're saying skill-driven. Skill-driven would mean is it like based like creatives? Is it like people who are?
No, that's the
it's just a skill set.
High-level objective. Let me actually raise that. Let's ignore that for now.
Yes.
Community policy just looks at creating a safe environment for us to create value, and exchange value, bottom line. So that's the cornerstone of the Zulu social experiment.
Sure.
Can we? Yeah.
How? What is this safe space? Listen, what's the value exchange? Let's like how do we? How does it actually work?
Like remember, there's two participants in an economy. There's guys that produce things, that want to sell things. People who want to buy things.
Sure.
Right. So you want to create a safe environment for producers.
A transparent kind of.
Yes, and this is what we're talking about. So how this space becomes safe, what we're going to do is let's see, create an environment where, first of all, you commit to being honorable to any of the agreements that you make with ZSC participants. So any agreement that you make, the agreement, is lodged with what we call a regulator body. Right. So any agreement that I make, you are part, it's me and you. Party 1, Party 6. Right? We have an agreement, we lodge that agreement with the regulator body. And it's simply, the agreement is very simple. Any agreement should not be more than this. I'll talk about my rights responsibilities, and my repercussions for not fulfilling my responsibilities. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So every agreement I'll have my rights, what I expect from you, party 6, what you expect from me, party 1.
Okay.
Our responsibilities, what I'm meant to do, what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
And repercussions if we don't do it.
So this is something like a motherfucking contract reading type shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
you know niggas can't read, fam. What's happening?
That's the beauty of the social experiment, that we create that facility where we're having a conversation like this. All you do is request a regulator to document that agreement for you, put it into rights, responsibilities, and repercussions. It's lodged with the regulator body. You guys do your thing. If at any point in time you have a complaint, no, famo, you did me wrong, dog, I can go to the regulator body and be like, hey, please let's enforce the repercussions. Right? So the repercussions are very simple. There's 4 types of repercussions. You either have a penalty, right? You either have what we call a suspension, right? Suspension of the agreement. We either have a termination of the agreement, or we have an excommunication from the community. You get what I'm saying?
So this is like strike 1, strike 2, strike 3.
No, but remember, this is between me and you.
Yes.
The ZSC does not determine.
I'm saying that, okay.
The regulator is just simple, like, do you have an agreement you want to lodge with us? Okay, there it is. Well, who's who?
Alright.
You know what I mean? So it's up to you. So if I have an agreement with you and I really want it done and take it seriously, I'm saying, bro, if you fail to do your responsibility, bro, excommunication. But that's really tough. So it means if any mistake is made, then I'm talking you are out of the community. So it's up to you. It's up to me and you, the guys having the agreement. You understand what I'm saying? Understood. So the ZSC community, each member of the community, there's 3 parts of this community, right? 3 parts of this community, my dog. We got the founder, that's me. Founder. On behalf of Nkosi Yasik Pagame. That's in translation from Nkosi Yasik Pagame. I always think about it. It's the king of the motherfucking Zulu, right? Or the king of the heavens, right? Right? The king of the heavens, right? So we got the founder, right? Then we have the regulator body, right? That governs this safe economy, right? And then we have what we call the ZSC participants, those who participate in implementing a skill-driven and equitable Zulu. So everybody that becomes a part of the Zulu social experiment is saying, like, look, I know what it's like to live in a communist society, in a capitalist society, a society that's run by politicians and capitalists. Well, I'd like to experience a skill-driven and equitable economy. Those are people that join the community. So you'll find the form in all the videos. There's always a form, and you can join and become an official member. We just need to get to know who you are. You get to know who the founder is, and you agree that you want to be part of implementing this economy. And essentially, the regulator body is simply there to record or document all the activities of the ZSC participants. Make sense?
Perfect.
The founder's responsibility is to ensure that this ZSC continues like that. So by amending or drafting policy, that's it. That's the only right he has, and he has no real, and only right and responsibility that he has. He has no real gain. So essentially the founder is like a ghost, like, hey dude,
Hey.
Let it happen. So there's no real incentive for the founder.
So you're like a master, like we the slaves on the.
No, but that's the thing.
I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. But it's a good question. Someone be like, I'm the master. I ain't no master. I'm just like, dude, I just planted the seed, let the tree grow, and keep it moving, right? So so even the regulator body has no authority over the ZSC participants. Very clear. It must be very clear. The regulator body is just a simple, humble service provider that say, oh, do you want to record your agreements and launch them with us? Yes, we can document. So the regulator body is just simply there to document activities. The real power of the ZSC participants, those who want to come together and do what they do. Remember, an economy is a place where people create value and exchange value. So that's where all the action is. There's no action here. The founder simply has the right to amend and draft policy. The participants are the ones that really drive the economy. One last thing, part of the regulator body, you will find it in the policy document, the different functions of the regulator, right? So the regulator also does the thing of pushing the custodian objectives. Custodian objectives meaning that there's an objective of the regulator body in this phase of the Zulu social experiment is to achieve sustainable life. So to create an environment where we don't have financial insecurity and we can eliminate the causes of mortality. Very bold. So that's the two functions of the regulator body. Documenting ZSC participants' activities, and the custodian will be responsible to report to the ZSC participants how far with his custodian objectives. So it's as simple as that. So the policy is on the link, so guys can check it out.
All right, sir. See you soon.